Hi, my name is Funmi Ade-Ojo. I am the principal of the House of Banstead. And what I tell people, I am an interior design strategist versus just an interior designer. Of course I do interior design, but what we do is we go deeper into the strategy around designing spaces for specific things. So problem solving is at the core of what interior designers do. They fix things to make it better in terms of your home. However, we go deeper because we speak to certain specializations within the field. So we go into more design research. We go into matchmaking you with brands that align with your vision. We also go into things like sustainability, deeper into inclusion and universal design, specifically designing for disabled and neurodiverse individuals. So we just go above and beyond the aesthetics and think more about the design thinking. And we also do custom product designs, like just furniture and anything to help alleviate problems for people within their spaces. So that is what we do, and that is why we call it interior design strategy, which is above and beyond just designing for the interiors. It's about lifestyle, function, sustainability, well-being. And while we're doing all of this, we use a lot of science, interior. We use a lot of environmental design. We also go into material sciences, actually. So it is the mingling of the sciences and the arts to get a better home. I came into design pretty early. I've always had a flair and a thing for interior design. However, I did go to SCAD. I'm a B. And in SCAD, I actually just learned the more, research and deeper meaning of design, not just as aesthetics or a pretty house. It's also about, it has a lot of stuff in there. So I stretch everything from, product design, custom, installations on wall, just the curiosity around materiality, the texture, the spatial elements. We do a lot of interior architecture versus just interior design. So my field is pretty large and broad in terms of what I bring to the table for a regular home. I've done commercial interior design. I've dabbled into hospitality. So one of the things I bring in as part of my design philosophy is to design an elevated home. So even though we specialize in residential custom-built design, we elevate it and we use, again, my luminaire game, which we've heard a lot about. We use a lot of large-scale, things that are kind of visual interest that you do not see every day. That is what I love. I want people to know you hired an interior design strategist. It's part of what I do. It's part of what I love to bring to the table for my clients. I want you to know that you got the best. And then another thing I love to do is this, we call it the spend and splurge. The discuss around, whether to spend a lot of money or whether not to break the bank. And that's another clever way we come in and really help our clients. We bring that high value to your space, and you can see it immediately. As an interior design strategist, I love to help other interior designers. So although we're in the same field, but what I have noticed is there's a gap in the market where a lot of interior designers want to design for specifications. I mentioned a few of them in terms of ADA, in terms of designing for neurodiverse individuals, in terms of just the spend, the splurge, how do you bring high impact to your home? That's what I call it, high impact versus highly expensive. We hear high end a lot, but I always talk about high impact. Was the most convenient and effective way to make your space pop, literally. That's what I do. So what I like to do with other interior designers is I plug in where either they just don't have the time to do that for themselves or they just don't have the expertise, and I offer consultancy services for other interior designers where I can help them with researching specific materiality for specific purposes, because that's what I do. I have a lot of brand collaborations. I'm speaking to lots of people who do surface materials and, new pioneering, innovative, textures and fabrics, and there's a lot of science there. Everything from flammability to durability to the light fastedness in terms of how quickly it fades in the sun. I bring that to the table and I go deeper. I mean, a lot of interior designers have that on some kind of level, but we go deeper for people who need that specialization. And another thing we're loving now is sustainability is a key thing in terms of protecting the universe's resources. And that's one of the things I really plug in and key in and help my clients, interior designers, architects, clients themselves, like, end users, to elevate that user journey, because I believe that's where the trend is going. I believe more and more people are designing not just for pretty sake, but for function's sake, for how does it make me feel in terms of your experiential feeling within that space, and that's what I do. So I've been asked about where the trend is going in terms of interior design and how to really key into the next level. We have AI. What I'm finding is there isn't a shortage of pretty, beautiful spaces on the internet, on Pinterest, on Instagram, everywhere you look, you've got the most elevated, pretty spaces. So what I'm finding is that more people are going towards the way the space functions and helps them be better. Sometimes it's about your mental health, and that's where we use a lot of environmental psychology, like you're looking to the outdoors, how much greenery, how much biomimicry you have in terms of the wood tones, the nature tones, and even using things around putting certain scents in your HVAC system so that it evokes a certain feeling within your space. Now, you might be like, oh no, that's too commercial, that's too high level, but honestly, that's where we're going, because everyone has a pretty house. It's no longer enough for pretty to be the goal. Now we need more. We need sustainability, we need durability, we need, for neurodiverse individuals, people with ADHD, they need to move around in this space. They need to feel like they're connected and anchored and still be able to function. We need more focus in the home. A lot of people are working from home, so we need to feel connected with that space, function in that space, be able to just get to the highest level of who we're meant to be, and that just goes beyond and above aesthetics. That's again where I come in as an interior design strategist to help people see how they can connect to that higher level of design.